And while you're thinking about it, if you're new, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button? And if you've already subscribed to me, make sure you're still subscribed because for some reason, YouTube loves to unsubscribe people. Also, if you're new here, I'd like to thank you very much for giving me a chance. And for my fans and subscribers, thank you so much for coming back. You are the lifeblood of this channel. And now, with that, let's get on with the video. Hey, beautiful peeps. Even though I had plenty of trouble with AIG and Hammy Boy last time, I noticed they took out all my clips of them. And I'm sorry about that. So this time I'm going to try to remedy that. Because, Ken, no matter how much you try to shut me up, I am not going to shut up. So you might as well stop this ridiculous campaign about shutting up everyone who disagrees with you. Now, for those who don't know, the FBI does allow people to respond to videos and use clips of those videos as long as they are critiquing them. And I probably could have future Lisa cutting in. I did find a way to get around the copyright. I am going to speed Hammy Boy up to 1.25, which makes him sound ridiculous, which is actually pretty fitting. But I'm also going to do some other things with the picture. Submitted the claim for review. However, that would have taken too long because I really needed to get it out today because I do try to get my debunks out for my members on Sunday. So I'm going to try a different method. So with that explanation out of the way, please subscribe if you have not already subscribed. If you know you're already going to like this video, please leave a thumbs up. And if not, then leave a thumbs up at the end or thumbs down. So, Hammy Boy, believe me when I tell you, I am going to find some way to bring you down. Because the truth needs to be known that you are a fucking liar. Now let's go.
And so you get all these different kinds, and you can have incredible variability, lots of species within a kind, but then horses remain horses and dogs remain dogs. Now with birds, there's a number of different kinds of birds. The word dinosaur was invented in 1841 for a number of different kinds of land animals. There's probably about 80 families that are under the dinosaur types. But God made different kinds. That's exactly what you see. That's what science...
I've asked before, and I'll ask again, and I'll keep asking until I get an answer, which, to be honest, will probably be never. What the fuck is a kind? You have to define your terms. And that does not mean giving examples. Also, don't you think it's a little bit suspicious that your diagram there portrays that you do accept evolution, at least to a point, at least to the point where you say it can't go any further, but yet a wall must exist whereby change can only occur so far and cannot occur any farther than that. You actually have to demonstrate that. It is not something you can simply assert, and you have not demonstrated it, you've only asserted it. I also find it strange that you say horses always remain horses, which according to other creationists, means they always remain the same kind. But then, in the very next sentence, you turn right around and say there are different kinds of birds. And then in another AIG video that I've already responded to, you have the audacity to say that kind is sometimes at the species level, sometimes at the family level, and sometimes even at the order of order. Make up your fucking minds.
All around us in various forms. Although evolution cannot account for this, the Bible can. The Bible reveals that the all-powerful, all-knowing, supernatural God created the heavens and the earth out of nothing, and all life according to its kinds, that is, each with its own set of genetic information. So, again, what the Bible reveals makes sense of what we see and understand. Evolution does not. Enough said.
Yeah, enough said. That's it.
That's a clip from one of their dumb little DVDs in one of their dumb little gift shops. I'm not going to play it all for you because, quite frankly, why should I when I know it's all going to be lies, lies, lies? Okay. The theory of evolution cannot account for the variety of life in all its forms. Dude, do you even have a passing knowledge of what the theory of evolution is? That's all the theory of evolution does. Your babble doesn't. And no, God done did it is not an explanation. It's a cop-out, or at worst, a conclusion. It does not tell us how God created stuff. If you want us to believe God created stuff, tell us how. And I am not even going to go into the problem of what I term the quad omnis God. I will leave that for a theological discussion for another day, because that is a whole can of worms in and of itself.
Skulls there, different species of dogs, and beside it we have Darwin's finches. Do you realise the variation in those dog skulls is greater than the difference in those species of finches, and yet the finches are used as evidence for evolution because they're called Darwin's finches. And when you look at them, they're just finches with different sized beaks. See, for Darwin, for Bill Nye, when you see all these different species, that's all a part of the tree of evolution, but finches stay within their one tree. I want to show you a short video here.
Okay. I cannot believe I have to tell a grown-ass man this, especially one that has a geneticist on staff. But apparently, despite all that, you have the brain of a 3-year-old. Okay, so when you say dog, I assume that you mean house dog. And I hate to assume, but since you weren't very clear on that issue, I have to assume. But house dogs are all of the same species. But aside from that, I have to gather from what pitiful argument you put through that your full argument, is that scientists classify species based on morphology. Ken, I don't know how a grown-ass man can misunderstand such elementary words to the extent that he fucks it up so badly. We do not classify things based on morphology. Sure, maybe at some point we classified things based on morphology, when that was the only thing we had to go on. But now we have this little thing called genetics, which is why we've had to reclassify some things. Think! Okay, now getting on to the topic just a little bit, because you brought it up. The reason why dog breeds are so goddamn different is because of artificial selection, which is sped up by humans. Now, Darwin's finches, on the other hand, are an example of natural selection. How do you not know this? Of course, I think you're lying.
Music change of kind, you mean the evolution of one species from another to another? Yes, we have that in action actually in the Galapagos. Could you give me one instance? We have an example from a group of birds called Darwin's finches. Can you take a look at the difference between the finches on the islands that all started out? I mean, that's very, very observed. That's not Darwinian evolution. There's been no change of kind. That's what finches become. They become genetically new and anatomically new, recognizably different species. They're still finches. Well, of course they're still finches. Yeah. There's no change of kind.
And so again, really, that variation in finches is just that in the finch kind, you have all this genetic variability, but they're still finches. It's the bottom line. Now, you see what I mean? They do not know why they believe what they do. They just quote this stuff because they heard it. You start challenging them and you understand a bit about genetics and natural selection, people, you run rings around them because they have no answers. And it shows you they have a blind faith.
Project much?
Of course, they're still finches, you idiot. We never said that a species can give birth to another species. That is what you say. That is your straw man, so you can break it down. But let's talk about what you believe, shall we? Because I know people have explained Darwin's finches to you over and over and over and over again. So I'm going to look at this at another way and flip it on its head and look at what you believe. You believe that 6,000 years ago, God created things ex nihilo, that is, out of nothing, which is exactly what you say we believe, which we don't believe. But that's a story for another day. I want to stay on topic. I just wanted to throw that in because I wanted to start at what you say was the beginning. So then we go on to 4,400 years ago when you say there was a worldwide flood. And according to you, there are only a few thousand quote-unquote kinds, whatever the fuck that means, on the ark, which means in 4,400 years, there had to have been hyperevolution on steroids to get to the millions of species today. Now, will you please square the circle between species having to pop up every fucking day for who knows how long to get the millions of species we have today from thousands of quote-unquote kinds on the ark versus plain common sense, which tells you that a crocodile cannot lay an egg and a bird comes out of that egg, which you do make fun of, but that's exactly what you have to believe to buy this shit. Species had to have popped up every single fucking day of the last 4,400 years to get to where we are today. And yet, you deny evolution. I have no idea how you square that circle, but that's your problem, not mine. The slow process of genetic variation coupled with natural selection that makes up the theory of evolution. Now you tell me, which makes more sense? Well, friends, I don't want to induce a concussion or a brain aneurysm due to face palms, so I think that's enough stupid for today. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. For some reason, I had to get another Twitter account, so if you're already following me, please make sure that you are following me on my new account, link in the description, instead of my old account. So, yeah. We're getting invaded by the stupid over here in America. Don't know about anywhere else in the world, but definitely here in America. Australia, if you want Ken Ham back, I'll gladly hand him over to you. You know, I can't deport him. I can't do anything. But anyway, but yeah, maybe together we can get him to go back to Australia. Then you guys can deal with him. Don't forget to hit the like button. And if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. If you are subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed because for some reason YouTube loves to unsubscribe people. And I will talk to you next time. Bye, everyone. I recently set up a Patreon account. You can follow me over there. I will start releasing patron-only content as soon as I get probably about 10 people. So, yeah, follow me over there only if you are in a financially stable position. If you like what I do, please consider becoming a member of this channel. You can become a member for as low as 99 cents a month. You get custom emojis and you get these debunks early. Well, friends, until next time, I bid you adieu, and may you always have stupid to entertain you. Goodbye.